G'day, Simon here from HobbyKing.com, and today I've got a couple of great products that I want to show you. On my right hand side here is the Overlord, which is the 360-degree base station, and on the left here is what we call the half-overlord. Now we just go back a little step here and just to sort of explain the reasons why we came out with these products. Now what you'd normally have is either with goggle diversity or a base station where you've got two antennas set up. You've pretty much got a limited range where you're actually going to have really good RF signal. So this is what this one comes into its own, and this is the 360-degree 6 diversity unit. So we've got the 5 patch antennas along the side here and then 1 skew player in the center. So this gives you brilliant 360-degree RF signal in the park area where you'd be flying. These can be adjusted, they're on little adjusters here, so you can set this obviously up on a tripod and angle these up a little bit if you're actually flying high above, and you'll see on the bottom here that you actually got your tripod mount on the bottom there. So as I was mentioning, this is a 6 diversity unit. Now it also has 40 channels, so it's got the full spectrum of FPV channels on here, but with the 6 diversity units, you're just going to really cover every base. On the side of this unit there is a battery tray, and it is a little bit tricky to open, but it's easy when you know how. You actually just push down on the top lip there, and the battery compartment will actually open. Now that's big enough to hold a 2200 3S battery, which will last about 4 to 5 hours, so plenty of time to actually go flying, and then of course everybody's got some spare batteries where they can just throw another battery into that pack. Along the back here we see that we've actually got just the on-off switch. Is a really good feature if you don't want to actually go into that battery compartment and unplug it all the time. You can just simply just turn it on and off. 2 DC out, so you can power external devices like LCD screens or goggles, and then you've got 2 AV1 and AV2 inputs there, so you can actually put your goggles into one, or you can actually have a passenger set plugged into the second set, or a LCD monitor or DVR, anything like that you can do recordings with. Along the front of the unit you'll actually see there's a really nice LCD screen there at the front, which is actually blue backlit, which is really easy to see at night if you're flying at night or in low light conditions. Now as I was saying, that it is 6 channel diversity. So if we have a look at the board here, I've just pulled this board out from a production unit that we actually have, and you can see all the switches that I was just talking about, the DC outputs which are fused, the AV1s, AV2s, the on-off switch. You'll actually see in the center here, which is actually the pinouts for the antennas, and then you'll see the little video receiver there, and then the connector for the LCD screen. So you're probably thinking, well, it's only one video receiver, but in the center there, that's actually pinned out to that video receiver. If you flip the board on the other side, you'll actually see where the magic starts to happen. These are all the video receivers that you'll actually see. So there's actually 5 receivers there and then 1 here. The way that it actually works, if I actually align this the same way as the unit is here, this will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So it is true diversity, it's not antenna diversity, like a lot of people are probably actually thinking that it is. It is actually independent diversity. On the unit itself, you can change the way that it does switching, so switching time and switching sensitivity. So how long it actually stays on one patch before it changes to the other, based on RSSI and video signal gain. So you can go in there and play with some of the settings. The default settings actually work really well, but depending on your local area or your personal preferences, you might want to change how it switches from antenna to antenna. As I mentioned to you before, it works the best on a 2200 3S battery. It does have a low voltage alarm, which is, you can see the buzzer just there on the board there. Now it does weigh in at 741 grams, but it does come with all the antennas included. Now when you add all these antennas up, it's quite costly. So the unit is actually really sharply priced, and you'll find a really good value out of this unit. So that's the full Overlord. Now we do have the little brother, which is the half Overlord. This is going to give you about 210 degrees of video reception. And on the bottom of this you can actually see again with these 3 video receivers in there. This one is a little bit different in the way that it actually gets powered. There is a DC input on the back here, so you would actually just, it comes with the supplied cables, and you would actually just mount the battery onto the tripod, where this one actually has the provision for the battery to be mounted inside the unit. But this one is a little bit smaller, and it'll probably suit some people to use this one, and also suit some people to use this 360-degree Overlord. So that's the Overlord and then the half-overlord. What comes in the package is instructions on both units. There's also AV cables to connect up to your goggles. The products will actually be listed down below in the video description if you want to check them out on the website, and it'll give you the full list of details. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at HobbyKing Live, and until next time, see you later.